Welcome back. Let's pick up where we left off. Okay, so now we are on the second to the last interlock. So instead of passing the next two beads on the left side of the fishing line, you pass it to the right side of the fishing line, which is looking like the left side of the fishing line now. Then you interlock using the second bead. And now you can see that the two edges of the cover of the bag is now giving a slant shape. So just to add one more lane, we're going to repeat the same process. So I'm going to pass my fishing line into other beads to try to bring it back to the second bead from the top. Okay, so I've successfully passed the fishing line to come to the second bead from the left. So we're repeating the same process that we did when we're trying to make a slant edge. So you add 3 beads to the left side of the fishing line. And you make an interlock on the third bead. And then you pass the right side of the fishing line onto the next bead. And like the previous one, we're also going to end this interlock on the second to the last bead. Okay, so with the remaining fishing line, since we don't want to leave our fishing line hanging and we don't want to tie the fishing line, just continue by passing the fishing line into the beads. You just keep passing the fishing line into the beads, following the pattern. And mind you, try not to pass the fishing line into two beads at the same time. You just continue going through the pattern like a zigzag pattern, and as you are doing that, try to tighten the fishing line. And here we have our bag almost done. So that's the length I wanted for the cover of the bag. Alright, now we're making the handle of the bag. So we're starting from the left side of the bag. Now we're working with the side of the bag because our handle is going to start from there. So just like every other process, making a bag takes almost the same process. So you start using the left side of the fishing line by adding 3 beads, and you make an interlock with the third bead. And you pass on to the next bead using the right side of the fishing line. And if you can see, we have just 3 interlocks because that's the number of the interlock that we made for the base. So we just have to keep raising the height. Alright, so on this side of the bag, once you've made the desired interlocks on this first side of the bag, you're just going to go ahead and do the same thing on the other side of the bag. You're going to make the same number of interlocks that you did on the first side of the bag to make the handle. You do the same number on the other side of the bag before joining the handles together. We've made the same number of interlocks on both sides of the bag for the handle. So here, instead of passing back the fishing line, just to join it together, take one bead on the left side of the fishing line, then pass that same fishing line onto the next bead on the other side of the handle. Then you close it with one bead, and then you interlock with the right side of the fishing line. And then you can see that we've made one interlock. So we'll pass both the left and the right side of the fishing line onto the two next beads. That's for the left side, you pass the fishing line to the next bead, and for the right side, you pass the fishing line to the next bead. Alright, so to end this handle, add one bead and make an interlock. And as you can see, we've joined both sides of the handle together. Just end by passing the fishing line into the beads. Remember, we don't tie fishing line. Just pass through the next bead here. And here we can see that the bag is almost ready. So what's next now is to add our clip. So next we're going to be adding the clip to the cover of the bag. And here we have the bag clip we're going to be using. So it's a magnetic clip. First, I'm going to be attaching the upper side. You make sure it's at the center of the cover of the bag, and you cut the desired length of a fishing line. And you have to make sure that the clip is right in the middle of the bag, of the cover of the bag. And what I do is that I just count the number of interlocks so I can get myself in the middle. So you pass the fishing line into the hole of the magnetic clip, and in this case I passed it through the first two holes, the top holes. And this process is just going to be like returning your fishing line once it's already short. So you just keep passing the fishing line into the next bead, following the pattern like a zigzag pattern. And while you're doing so, make sure it's tight. Okay, so once you've passed the fishing line into a considerable amount of beads, you take the other part of the magnetic clip and make sure it's also at the center. If the magnetic clip is not at the center of the bag, then your bag is not going to be able to cover well. So we're repeating the same process we did with the upper side of the magnetic clip. You're passing your fishing line into the two top holes of the clip, and then you keep passing both left and the right side of the fishing line into the next bead. You continue with that process until you've passed the fishing line long enough to make sure the clip doesn't come off the bag. And as you are doing so, make sure you are tightening your hand, like you are tightening the fishing line. It should be firm enough not to be loose. And once you've passed the fishing line into a considerable amount of beads, you cut it off using our cutter. And as you can see, we fixed the magnetic clip on the bag. And now we can secure our things in the bag by clipping it. And here our bag is ready. And here's the finished piece. Every bead was carefully woven together by hand to create a bag that's both elegant and timeless. I love how every detail came together, making it the perfect accessory to elevate any outfit. Handmade with patience, creativity, and lots of love.